The most dangerous thing about human attraction is not that it feels good. It is that it often feels true before it is real. That is why people fall for the wrong person while ignoring the right one. That is why someone can make your heart race and still leave you feeling empty. That is why a person who barely respects you can keep your attention longer than someone who is steady, kind, and honest. Attraction does not always point to love. Sometimes it points to old pain. Sometimes it points to hunger. Sometimes it points to the part of you that never learned the difference between peace and boredom. And once you understand that, a lot of your past starts to make sense. Why did you chase the person who gave you mixed signals? Why did the unavailable one feel more exciting than the available one? Why did calm love feel strangely uninteresting while chaos felt magnetic? It was never just about them. It was about what your mind thought it could win. Most people think attraction is simple. You see someone. You like them. You move closer. But human beings are not that simple. We are pattern-seeking animals. We do not only react to beauty. We react to uncertainty. To status. To distance. To validation. To the feeling that something valuable is just out of reach. That is the dark side of attraction. The brain does not always ask, is this good for me? It often asks, is this challenging? And challenge creates intensity. That is why a person who is hard to get can feel more attractive than someone who is emotionally present. Your mind starts filling in the gaps. You begin imagining meaning where there may be none. You mistake tension for chemistry. You mistake anxiety for connection. And the body is easily fooled. Your pulse rises. Your attention narrows. You think about them more. You check your phone more. You replay small moments in your head. Then you call it attraction. But sometimes it is just uncertainty wearing a seductive mask. This is why so many people become addicted to people who are inconsistent. A warm message after silence feels powerful. A little attention after neglect feels like gold. A small sign of approval from someone distant can feel more intense than open affection from someone stable. Not because the distant person is better. Because the nervous system loves the chase. This is not romance. This is conditioning. When affection is unpredictable, the brain becomes more alert. It starts scanning. Waiting. Hoping. Trying harder. And that effort can feel like love, even when it is slowly draining your self-respect. You see this everywhere. The person who ignores your texts becomes fascinating. The one who treats you clearly becomes too easy. The one who keeps you guessing feels powerful. The one who is honest feels plain. That is not maturity. That is a wounded attention system. And if you are not careful, you will spend years confusing stimulation with depth. Here is the part most people do not want to admit. A lot of attraction is not about pleasure. It is about unresolved insecurity. People are often drawn to those who reflect what they lack, fear, or secretly want to become. Confidence attracts because people want certainty. Calm attracts because people are tired of inner chaos. Status attracts because people want to feel chosen by something larger than themselves. Distance attracts because people want to prove they are worthy of being pursued. And when you have low self-respect, you are far more vulnerable to all of it. Because if you do not know your value, you will treat attention like value. You will chase the person who barely notices you. You will ignore the person who treats you well. You will call it a spark when really it is instability. You will call it passion when really it is emotional confusion. That is how attraction becomes dangerous. Not because attraction is evil, but because the mind can use attraction to repeat old pain. Think about the people who seem to pull you in the strongest. Are they calm and clear? Or are they unpredictable? Do they make you feel seen? Or do they make you feel like you have to earn basic respect? Do you feel peaceful around them? Or do you feel slightly addicted to their approval? That answer tells you more than your feelings do. Because feelings are real, but they are not always wise. This is where discipline matters. A disciplined person does not worship every feeling. A disciplined person asks what a feeling is trying to protect, prove, or recover. Maybe the attraction is real. Maybe it is only familiar. Maybe it is desire. Maybe it is a wound asking to be reopened. The mistake is not feeling attraction. The mistake is obeying it blindly. If you have ever been drawn to someone who made you feel small, uncertain, or not enough, you already know the consequence of ignoring this. You lose time. You lose clarity. You lose standards. And slowly, without noticing, you begin shrinking around the people you desire. You laugh at things that are not funny. You tolerate things that are not acceptable. You settle for crumbs because the hunger feels familiar. You start calling less and accepting less and hoping more. And by the time you realize what happened, the emotional cost is already high. That is why the smartest move is not to ask, how can I get them to like me? The better question is, what in me is being activated by this attraction? That question changes everything. Because now you are no longer a passive victim of chemistry. Now you are observing yourself. And observation creates power. Start noticing the pattern. When attraction appears, do you feel calm and grounded? Or restless and obsessed? Do you feel more like yourself? Or less? Do you become clearer in your values? Or do you start compromising just to stay close? Real attraction does not require self-betrayal. That is one of the clearest truths in human behavior. Healthy attraction may still feel strong. It may still feel electric. But it does not force you into confusion. It does not constantly destabilize you. It does not make you abandon your character just to keep someone's attention. If you have to keep proving your worth to someone, the connection is already poisoned. If you have to perform to be chosen, the bond is already weak. If you feel addicted instead of respected, something is wrong. And here is the deeper reason. Human beings are not only attracted to beauty, confidence, or charisma. We are also attracted to emotional states. People chase what they think will complete them. Some chase admiration. Some chase safety. Some chase power. Some chase validation. Some chase the feeling of finally being enough. That is why attraction can become so irrational. The other person is not just a person anymore. They become a symbol. A symbol of healing. A symbol of status. A symbol of escape. A symbol of identity. And when someone becomes a symbol, you stop seeing them clearly. You project. You imagine. You idealize. You fill in the blanks. Then reality arrives later, and it hurts. The truth is simple and uncomfortable. The more empty a person feels inside, the more likely they are to confuse attraction with salvation. But no relationship can save a self-abandoning mind. No charming person can heal low self-worth. No beautiful face can fix poor boundaries. No intense connection can replace inner discipline. That is why self-respect is so attractive. Not because it creates a perfect aura. Because it changes the entire way you choose. When you respect yourself, you stop chasing people who keep you uncertain. You stop rewarding inconsistency. You stop mistaking attention for devotion. You stop needing every attractive person to choose you. And that is when your life gets quieter. Not emptier. Quieter. Because peace begins where desperation ends. There is a deeper psychological shift here. Mature attraction is not about being impressed by what is hard to get. It is about being drawn to what is emotionally safe, honest, and aligned with who you are becoming. That does not mean attraction becomes weak. It means attraction becomes intelligent. You start asking better questions. Does this person bring out my best behavior? Do I feel more disciplined around them or more scattered? Do they respect my time, my mind, and my values? Would I trust my younger sibling with someone like this? Would I respect myself more or less if I stayed? Those questions protect your future. Because attraction can either elevate your life or slowly erode it. There is no neutral middle for long. So here is the shift. Do not look for the person who thrills your wounds. Look for the person whose presence does not require your self-destruction. Do not chase the one who makes you prove your worth. Choose the one who makes honesty feel normal. Do not worship mystery. Build standards. Do not romanticize emotional chaos. Learn to recognize it early. And when you feel that old pull towards someone who was clearly wrong for you, do not just ask whether you like them. Ask what part of you still thinks pain is a form of love. That question can change a life. Because the moment you see attraction clearly, you stop being controlled by it. You become calm enough to choose. Strong enough to walk away. Wise enough to wait. Disciplined enough to prefer peace over intensity. And that is the real upgrade. Not getting more attention. Not being chosen by everyone. Not winning the chase. The real upgrade is becoming the kind of person who can feel attraction without losing themselves inside it. That is power. That is maturity. That is freedom. And once you have that, you will never look at chemistry the same way again. Because now you know that the most dangerous attractions are not the ones that feel weakest. They are the ones that feel familiar. If this helped you see yourself differently, subscribe for more deep psychology and self-improvement lessons.